Hi everybody, welcome back to Stamping School. We're into October. I'm already thinking about holiday cards. And I make several special ones, but I also make a bunch that are a little bit simpler and easier to mail. And I love these Memories and More cards. They have the polar bear ones this year. They're on page 23 of the holiday catalog from Stampin' Up. And you can't even tell what these are here. It's so tiny. So I want to show you what they look like, and I'll show you 5 ideas on how to spruce them up a little bit. I also like these envelopes and cards that are right next door to it. So there's 54 double-sided cards for only $10. These are such a great deal. And you get multiples of them. So you get 6 each of the big ones. And here's what they look like. And they're really nice. And these go with the polar bear suite. So if you have the bear punch or the bear paper, these all go with that, coordinate. So there's 3 styles of these big ones. And then the stickers. These are all cardstock, like a little bit heavier stickers. So you get 2 sheets of each of these styles. I'm going to show you how to use those. And then the little ones. And these are 3x4. And you get, I think, 6 of each of these. Aren't they cute? So a lot of people use them for scrapbooking, but I am a card maker, so this is what I use them for. Okay, so I'm going to show you some different cards. I've got some easy ones, a fun fold, and a gift card holder. So about 5 of them. And these are what the cards and envelopes look like. These are a little bit bigger. These are, I think, 4.5 by 6.25, maybe. And they mail with a regular postage stamp. But look how cute these envelopes are. This is the package. You get 20 cards and envelopes. You get 10 red, 10 blue, and the coordinating envelopes for those for $10. So 20 cards for $10. And they're just white on the inside. They're printed on the front and the back. You get pretty envelope liner. Aren't they pretty? Look, even the snowflakes on the front. Look how cute. So I think they're well worth it. I think they're a great deal. So the first one is this print, which I love. And if you wanted to, you could get the cards and envelopes. You could just glue this on here. And you're kind of done. And then if you wanted to put a different one on the inside, you certainly could. And sign your card and mail it. But we're going to spruce these up just a little bit. This one is just a little bit of cutting. And we're going to use one of these cards right here. And we're going to cut it into 2 pieces. One for the front of the card and one for the inside of the card. So we're going to cut these down just 1/4 of an inch. So these are 4.25. We're going to trim these down to 4. And then take 1/4 of an inch off. So these are 6.25. We're going to take them down to 6 inches. I'm going to do that for each panel of the card. So we get 2 pieces out of 1 card. Now I'm using a Night of Navy card instead. So that is the correct size. So this will go on the front and this will go on the inside. Now for this piece, we're going to trim it down just a little bit. We're going to make 3 panels with it. And I don't really measure a whole lot. I just take off, I'm going to take 1/4 of an inch off the top, and I'm going to trim down 1/4 of an inch off the side. I'm just taking actually a little bit less than that. I don't want to cut the C off right there. So I've cut it down just a little bit more. Just taking a little bit off the 2 ends, like that. And then I can cut right under the sentiment. Again, I'm not really measuring. All I want to do is get that a little bit smaller so I have a really nice layer for that. And then right here, I'm just going to cut these down the middle, kind of off to the side. I'm going to cut in between the 2 icebergs right there. And then I can decide if I need to trim a little bit more. But I'm just going to glue this on right here. I just like making it just a little bit different. And this can go down here. And I might have taken just a little bit too much off that end, but that's okay. We'll just move it over a little bit. There. And this one. So by, cutting those down, just like this one, I need to cut just a wee bit more off of there. So I'm going to cut a little bit off this edge. So you can fiddle around with it and see what looks good. It's better to take a little bit off at a time. But again, no real measuring because that's no fun. You guys love math, not me. And then I can just glue these on my navy card, and I'll show you what I did for the inside. And then of course you want to embellish just a little bit. There's a little snowflake here I stuck on there. And the inside, we're going to glue this on. I like to do a little bit of stamping on it first. In the stamp set that matches these, the polar bear set, there's a few snowflakes. But what's really nice about these cards, if you don't have the suite, you can go back in and you probably got snowflakes somewhere that you can use. I'm just kind of going to add a few little snowflakes around. Now I also added some snow. This was a little hard for me because this is vanilla. The polar bears are vanilla. They're not pure white. So I went with vanilla snow. And the envelopes are vanilla as opposed to white. You can kind of see it right here. So, I went with vanilla snow, and that's okay. I'm just going to make some snow, just a little snow drift. And then we can add those stickers on. And this is what makes it so darn cute, are these little stickers they have. If you want to add Let It Snow on here, you certainly could. But I'm going to take this one and this little guy right here. Look how cute. It's so easy. This one. You could just stamp a greeting, but it's so fun to do this. This one. Look. That's it. And this is that, the second half of the card that we cut in half. And it's done. You got a little room to sign down here. And that is the first one. And this will still fit in the envelopes. I think it's a nice card. Of course, I'm going to add my embellishment right there. There it is. There's number 1. This one is number 2. It looks like a little present. That's also using the red Memories and More. So you get the blue and you get the red. And this one is the gift card holder. And this card comes just like this. But I really liked all of the little polar bears on here. Now you could just put this on here and add a sentiment. In fact, on this one, I did a Misty Moonlight blue card and a layer of red cardstock and cut that down and just glued it on. It's a great, easy card. But in this case, you could do any color of ribbon, red, blue, whatever. I'm using this new pretty metallic ribbon. This is silver and white. So we're going to take a little bit of glue on the 4 corners here, right here, and run it across it just like a present. So here to here, and kind of make it a little snug here and trim it. Same thing going across here to here. This ribbon is so pretty, and I love that it's sheer, so you can still see through there and see what's going on. All right, a little more glue. Let's add that here. And there's some tags in the stickers. There's a little to and from. Now I want to pop this up with dimensionals, so rather than just stick it down flat, what you want to do is turn this over and use your embossing buddy, or if you don't have one of these, use some baby powder, cornstarch. Take the sticky off of that. All right, so the sticky is gone. Then you can put your dimensionals on, like this one on right here, and just stick it down on here, wherever you want to put your little tag. Think about where you want it. Then take your twine and run it through. It's a lot easier to do that once it's sticking to something. And I take my twine and just wrap it through. And you could just tie this on, or if you want to, you can kind of run it under these. This is a little more fussy to kind of cinch all these together, but it does look a little bit more realistic. And then make your bow. Now, I like to turn it this way so my tails come this way. So you kind of cinch it up a little bit. Now on the inside we will do the gift card holder. So again, I love the sheer that you can still see what's happening here in the pattern. Now for the inside, look at here. Here's the little gift card holder with a little pocket. I cut down a piece of balmy blue. Again, more snowflakes. Balmy blue on balmy blue is always good. A few little snowflakes here and there. Now this I use designer paper, but you could easily take one of the heavier pieces and just make your own pocket. But this is just a little 2-inch piece, and I'm going to fold it down because I like the design on the other side. And make sure it's the right size, and it is. And then I'm going to add my sticky strip around the edges to make the pocket. So super, super easy. So I've got 3 little pieces of the tear and tape here. I still call it sticky strip. Basically, it's just skinny tape that holds really, really well. That's all it means. If you have any other kind of tape that holds well, go for it. I don't use liquid glue very often on gift card holders. I feel like the cards go in and they get stuck more than with the tape, so I don't really do that very often. But if that's all you have, use it. And there's your pocket. And then that just will get glued right in here, and then you can add your gift card. And if you don't want to give a gift card, you can still just glue this strip on the bottom, you know, and it's just decorative. Oh, also, there's this cute little present in here. One of these little cute, oh yeah, this one. This one's really cute. Just stuck this right here, just because it's cute. All right, that's number 2. I love this one. This is number 3. This one is using this large piece right here. So I'm going to cut off. I can use my paper trimmer, or I can just cut this off. I'm going to cut it off right here. And I'm going to glue this on navy cardstock and save this piece. We need these. This one is a top fold, but of course it doesn't really matter. And I'm going to add a little piece of ribbon. I've got 2 pieces of red ribbon. This one will go right across the edge here. And I'll show you how to do that little slip knot. This knot is really great because it's flat. So when you mail it, it's not bumpy. This goes right down here at the bottom. And this again is just a regular card, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So what you want to do is you want to have, let's see, this is probably about 6 inches. You're going to put the tails in first. So tails together, okay? Go up through here, so it looks like that. And then put those tails through the loop. And then gently, and I like to pull one at a time, like that. Kind of hold it and just pull it snug, like that. Just pull it snug, there. And you get this cute little, looks like a necktie, like that. And then you can trim it. And if you want to make sure it stays there, you can put a glue dot behind it. You can also move it. So you can move that tie wherever you want to, but it is nice and flat and not bulky like a bow would be. All right, so then up here, you want to leave that, try not to glue up here, so you've got some room for these presents. These 3 presents you can fussy cut, so they look like this. We just stick those down in here. Stick them in like that. And glue them down, of course. I'm just sort of positioning where I want them. And then this cute little seal is right here, this guy. And again, I'm gonna, instead of sticking him flat on there, I want him to stick up a little, so I'm taking my embossing buddy so that I can add my dimensionals behind there, and I can kind of float him up there. And then of course, rhinestones and all that good stuff. On the inside, I added one of these 3x4 smaller cards. Now, you can do this one. I like it layered. I feel like it looks better if it's layered on something. So these are 3 by 4 and these are 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 so that it layers nicely. So whichever one you want to do, each side is different. And you could just leave it like that, or you could add some more vanilla snow. Now this is white, so you could get away with white snow on the inside of this one. But I'm doing vanilla because I already have it cut. And then you can add that down the bottom. And there it is. So either one. You still have a little room to sign. If you have a lot to say, you can put a little panel up here. Or use a white pen to write up here. So that is number 3. This one is number 4. I like this one because it adds a little bit more something something. We embossed some vellum on a navy blue card. So this is that new snowflake embossing folder in the holiday catalog. I've got a navy, regular size A2, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 when it's folded, and the vellum, a little panel of vellum. If you stick that vellum with the tape and only put it here, because it does show through, see? But so don't glue down your edges. And then this one, same thing, one of the little cards. Now you could use this one and stamp something on it. But this is just layering on with a panel of red. So I'm bringing in some red. And then on this one, I did navy blue ribbon, but I'm going to use that pretty sparkly. Oh, I just love this stuff right here. Now, if you want to, you can just poke a little bit of it out the sides, okay, like that. You can just add a little bit of sparkle on each side. But what I did on this one, I used our new hobby blade, which is really, really a nice craft blade. And I went right down the side on each end and made a slit. Now make sure you use a cutting board or something underneath. My table's protected here. So, and you can do that before you mount it on the red, but I just did it after. And now you can slide that through right here. And slide that through right here. And there's that pretty blue ribbon. We can just tuck that around. It's up to you. I feel like it's very pretty to hide it this way, but it's also very sparkly. And you can just glue this on, or you can use dimensionals. I'm just going to glue it right there. And then to finish it off and to bring the navy more to the front, I've got these little trees. This little tree right here. And again, you can put it up on dimensionals if you want. And bring the blue to the front with this cute little present. Isn't that cute? And then rhinestones, of course. Rhinestones, something sparkly. Little sparkles here. And then the inside, oh, that's my favorite part. Now, I love Wink of Stella. It's that really pretty, sparkly, liquid stuff. Get a little bit in your cap. I just squeeze a little bit down and then flick. I just love adding that sparkle. It just gives it a little extra something in the background. You could also splatter a little bit of white paint, which would give it a little white speckles. And again, vanilla snow, because a lot of these embellishments here, these little stickers have vanilla in them. Gives you a little place to sign. And then look at these cute deer in their sweaters. They're just so fun and easy. And so you still get to personalize it. Look how cute. And even have cute little stars that you can add. It's really kind of fun. All right, there's number 4. Number 5 has the stamping on it with the Polar Bear Suite. And it's going to be an easel card, so it's going to open like this. It can stand up on a desk. And on the inside, more stamping. Fairly easy to do, but this one's going to take a little bit longer. So I'm starting with a Misty Moonlight card. So it's 4 1/4 by 11. And then I scored it at 3.5 and at 5.5. That's what's going to give you this look for your easel. Now on the inside, we'll do that first. Gluing on the vanilla, of course you want to do your stamping first, but I want to show you how to do this little stopper. So for the inside here, I want a stopper, so it's kind of thick up here. So I'm going to use one of these 3x4, the smaller cards, and folding it lengthwise. Because they're 4 inches long, that's like the perfect size. Just need to trim it down just a wee bit. Actually, this card is 4 inches by 11. I made it just a touch skinnier so I could put this right here down at the bottom. So because this is 4 inches wide and we fold it in half, it's going to be nice and bulky to make the easel stop. So right here, and I'm going to glue it down. And if I want to make it just a little bit sparkly, I can put another little piece of sparkle on it, but this actually will hold it really well, just like that, because I've got the folded side up and it's a good stopper. I'm going to add a little bit of the sparkle paper on here. This is that Dazzle paper, which, by the way, the silver is just the same as the celebration paper last year. So if you have that Dazzle paper from last year's celebration, be sure to get that out. So that could be a pocket for a gift card, or like that, and then the stamping, of course, on here with our polar bear set. Now let me show you the front of this. I've got one of my scallops. I think this is the contour scallop bundle with the die. It's got a nice scallop and a little stitch around it. This one is just a wee bit too big, so I just took off 1/4 inch off the side to make it just the right size to fit right inside there, just like that. Now if you have a piece of vanilla that's exactly the right width here, we can make our snow. Right down here, I can stamp my snow at the bottom in the red. I'm using that polar bear stamp set. But this pattern right here works with just about anything. So look around, see what you've got that can go here. Okay, I'm going to cut my snow, glue my snow on. There's only one little trick with the easel card to make sure you don't glue too far up, and I'll show you what that looks like. Now, with the rest of this piece, I'm going to stamp my little bear. I'm going to stamp him in Misty Moonlight. And there's a cute little scarf. I'm going to stamp that in red right here. Oh, so cute. And punch him out. It's a great little bundle. But if you love the polar bears, but you don't want to get all the stamps and the punch, just get those Memories and More cards. There's a bunch of polar bears in there. All right, got dimensionals on the back, so he's popped up. Now, this red piece right here, we're going to take this red strip and add it right on top of the sparkles. But first, I want these cute little sparkle sequins that I've got here. So if you have one of these hole punches, should be about 1/4 inch. I'm going to punch out a few of these from the middle and use those as my sparkles. Add my glue to the back of this. You want a good strong glue, like the seal, or nice strong glue to stick to this dazzly paper. Right there. Okay, so I'm going to cover up your holes. Now you can add glue all over this, but this is where you want to stick it. You want to make sure that this goes right to that first bend, right to the score line, and no further up. So this is what it looks like. So glue it right there, and then when you glue this right in the center, right here, you're only going to put the adhesive here and skip putting it here, okay, because that's going to stand up. So we're only going to add the glue here and here, okay, just here. Don't put any up here. And this will be really nice right here. I did add a little bit of sparkle blue ribbon to poke off the edges if you want. And just tuck some of that underneath there, but only here, okay? So when you do your easel, that sticks up. Now, if you won't be all that fussy, just glue it straight down on the card. It'll look great. Right. Then these little sequins that we made, our little handmade sequins, can go here. We've been doing this for years, and this paper is so perfect for it. I saw it was coming back and people were starting to do it again, making your own sequins, and it's probably a good idea. You save a lot of money making your own sequins. And that's it. That's number 5. And I do like that ribbon kind of poking out, just kind of glued in underneath there. That pretty velvet ribbon. And all the stamping here, a few more presents. Like I said, this was more work, but I still like it. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, go make some. We'll see you next time. See it, learn it, stamp it.